If you seek tranquility, do less. Or more accurately, do what's essential, which brings a double satisfaction to do less better. My laziness, like a lot of people, it manifests itself in two major ways. First, it's actually on just getting started on a task, or what we call procrastination. And the second is staying on the task or not getting distracted. And so I went on a search for answers in a better way, and I came across a book that really changed how I see the whole concept of working hard, and it became one of my favorite books of all time. Now, when I adopted these words, do less, better, I started to make incredible progress towards my goals because my focus was no longer diluted across hundreds of inconsequential activities. And instead, I just hyper focused down on the few things that actually mattered. Now, this philosophy is called essentialism, and it was popularized in a book called Essentialism that was published a couple of years ago by a guy called Greg McCon. We are not going to break down the textbook, but instead, I'm going to share with you some insights from essentialism that have had a massive positive impact on my own life. Welcome to this week's episode of Micro Habits. I'm Nithin. Weekly, we dig into one topic that can help you and your people get better and getting better. This week, we are discussing how essential few shines brighter than the trivial many. Wouldn't it be nice to live a simpler life, to reclaim time and energy to do things that really matters to us? I think this is a thought that many of us share. I don't know about you, but I often feel this pressure to do more, like I'm not doing enough. And yet, everything I have to do is actually too much for me to handle. We live in a world that celebrates hustling and getting more done, and because of that, so many of our stresses are self imposed. We set high expectations for ourselves and aim to achieve more than we ever had. And in order to achieve that, we need to push ourselves further than we have pushed before. Don't get me wrong, hard work is amazing and it is what creates greatness. But true greatness is also recognizing that you can't do everything. And it's more worth your time to focus on doing one thing very well. As I continue to design my dream life, I know that I want more space to breathe and simply to be, to enjoy my life without being tied to a jam packed schedule. I want to do less and focus only on the essential. To me, essentialism is the power of focus. Tony Robbins said,
Where focus goes, energy flows.
if you try to do too many things at once, that energy is spread out in a very unimpactful way. But if you focus that energy on one valuable project or a goal, that energy can make a huge impact. Remember, anyone can be busy, but busy is not always productive. It is about what you work on rather than how much you work. So, can we really do less and be more productive? Yes, of course, if you're working on the right things. It is your ability to choose the right things that will determine your success. Choose what's important to you, what matters to you most, what will give you the highest return for your time and efforts. To do that, you have to have a laser sharp focus on your vision. So you're working on the essential thing rather than being distracted with everything else that is going on. The idea of essentialism is less but better. It means living the life by design, not by default. And that's what life journey is all about. What if I tell you that we could achieve the effect of such a life just by implementing a few changes to our habits? And that's what we are going to explore in today's video. And a brief thanks as well to our friends at Sunsama for sponsoring today's video. We are going to chat more about them later on. The key to a simple life is to find out what really matters to us and then to strip away all the rest. Most of us feel too busy and overloaded, and we say yes too much. We end up overflowing our schedules, maybe because we feel it's expected of us, or we see other people doing it and we feel that we should be doing that too. We passionately want it all, and this pursuit of more drowns out what matters the most to us. To live a simpler life, we need to move beyond the belief that everything is important. We need to get into the habit of thinking like an essentialist. A non essentialist is someone who thinks that pretty much everything is important and they want to do it all. This non essentialist thinks that in order for something to be made better, something needs to be added. An essentialist, on the other hand, thinks that very few things are important and they only make time for the vital few rather than the trivial many in order for something to be made better. This essentialists think that something needs to be taken away, and thinking like an essentialist help us distinguish what's merely okay from what's truly great. So if you were to pick only one thing, what would it be? This will help you to know what's important and essential. Next, go over your list and ask yourself, what items do I not have to do? What can I cut out? Always ask yourself, what can I eliminate or delegate? And take this time to pause and cross out all of the inessential ones. Whew. I hope that was very freeing because I love taking things off my to-do list. Next, you want to get some momentum going. Start planning your next action steps for your one most essential goal or project. Now it's time to pick the most important action steps to start with and put those into your to-do list and calendar. Finally, as you are in the motion of working towards your important goal, set time aside to do a weekly cleanup of your to-do list. That's the time to declutter anything that is non-essential. The key to making essentialism work is to let go fear of missing out. Accept that you aren't able to do it all. Focusing on the essentials is more effective use of your time. Soon enough, you will understand how freeing it is to say no to things. You will feel more aligned to what's valuable and what's right for you. A big part of this is learning to let go of your distractions because distractions are non essential. Spending too much time on social media, comparing yourself with others, and any unproductive habits that you wouldn't want to bring into your new life. Remember, if it doesn't spark joy, leave it. Finally, you are focusing on few essential things, the right things follows you. You leave space for yourself. You get time to breathe, to sleep, to play, to reset, to recharge, and finally to feel balanced. You also leave space for new opportunities to come into your life, opportunities that you wouldn't have space for if you were already so busy with many other things. So the next time you come across a decision or a challenge, ask what is essential and eliminate everything else. Please share this video if it helped you. Make sure to subscribe and click that bell button for more videos on personal growth and micro habits. It's Nithin signing off, and we will see you in the next video. A huge shout out to Sunsama, who helps me to prioritize what's essential and equips me to declutter and focus on the right things. Claim your 30-day free trial from the link below. No credit card needed.